245 to 150, we do have alligator cracking in the wheel path, and then it stops again. There's still alligator cracking in the far wheel path. At station 165, we have a short transverse crack emanating from the edge of the pavement to the wheel path. It extends and goes longitudinal back for 2 feet and then stops. We have no alligator cracking at this point in this wheel path. This is station 175, and 2 feet beyond that at 178 we do have transverse crack extending across the lane to the other wheel path, and then at 175 running down longitudinally and then continuing on across the lane, we do have continuance of a transverse crack. It's at this point at 175 that we do have a little bit of alligator cracking extending a foot towards 0+00 from 175. Then continuing from 175 on, we have alligator cracking at roughly 190. We have a short transverse crack extending into the wheel path, and alligator cracking stops at that point at 190 in this wheel path. Picks up at station 2. We have a transverse crack extending all the way across. It's a medium severity crack. Station 212, we have a transverse crack emanating from this wheel path extending across the lane. Low severity. Okay, there's very little evidence of alligator cracking, but there is, as you can see, a film that shows a slight amount of cracking. However, for the first 25 feet, there's relatively no alligator cracking in either wheel path from station 2. So 2+00 to 2+25, there's no alligator cracking. Now at 228 we have a transverse crack extending to mid lane, and then at 240 we pick up at this wheel path with alligator cracking. At 247 we have a moderate severity transverse crack extending across the lane, and we also have alligator cracking at this point in this wheel path at a moderate severity extending from 247 down to this transverse crack, which is at 265. Extending sporadically across the lane. And at this point the alligator cracking stops in this wheel path. Still no alligator cracking in a far wheel path. There's a slight longitudinal crack in the center of the lane from 265 until 270. 5-foot long longitudinal crack. 275 we pick up alligator cracking in this wheel path, and we see a small low severity longitudinal crack emanating at 280 across mid lane and to the other wheel path. Also, longitudinal crack extending from 280 to roughly 290. We have a small spur transverse crack at roughly 289, and so I need to mention that at station 275 we have alligator cracking in this wheel path on through to station 3.